Hello, welcome. Here's a video for you. It's still Thanksgiving break, but I figured why not give the kids who miss school a chance to see what's coming up. Um, Today we're going to talk about basic skills that you need to add and subtract fractions. The basics. First, let's see if you remember some things about fractions and decimals too. Write 0.05 as a fraction. Hopefully you don't think that's 1/2. You don't think that. Because 1/2 is actually equal to only 0.5. Or in other words, 0.50. This is 0.05, that extra 0 right there. In order to figure this out, you should put these two numbers over 100. 0 and 5 over 100. And then you just got to realize that you don't really need that 0 there. You have 5 over 100, and that can actually reduce. If you divide by 5 on top, 5 divided by 5 is 1. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Right next door, we have write 8/10 as a decimal. Hopefully you remember that tenths are like dimes. So if we have 8 of them, we would have 0.80 or 0.8, whatever your preference is. Alright, is your brain warmed up a little bit? Are you thinking about math again? Let's keep thinking about math. Here's the real reason we're here. Adding and subtracting fractions. Basic skills. The first basic skill you need to remember is that the denominator does not change in this process. In the end, it will still have a 12 on bottom. What does change are the numerators, the top values. And it's subtraction, so 5 minus 2 is 3. You can simplify that. You can. You have to look at those and think, hey, what can they both be divided by? Well, the smaller number is usually a big clue of what can it be divided by. The smaller number. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 3/12 is correct, but 1/4 is simplified and better. Over here, same kind of process. The denominator does not do anything. It just stays as 12. 4 plus 5, it is plus right there, equals 9. And we can reduce. What can it be divided by? Well, 9 can be divided by 3, can it? So do 9 divided by 3, and you get 3. Do 12 divided by 3 as well, and you get 4. And we just reduced, we simplified this answer from 9/12 to 3/4, and that is the better answer. Moving on, we have mixed numbers. It's not too different from what we were doing before. You might get confused because it's like, whoa, we have fractions, but we also have these big whole numbers right there and right there. Tell you what, it's not that much harder. All you have to think about is the whole numbers first. So just think about it by himself, like separately. What's 16 minus 9? 16 minus 9 is 7. Okay, no problem. Now think about the fractions. Remember the denominator does not change. It just will stay as a fifth. And 3 minus 1 is 2. Final answer, 7 2/5. So you can see that, using mixed numbers with these whole numbers in it, it doesn't make it that much harder. You still just subtract the fraction or add the fraction like normal. It's just first you deal with the whole numbers and you put it all together to have a beautiful final answer. Let's try a word problem. Simple fraction work. Leo's chemistry textbook weighs 3/10 of a pound and his geometry textbook weighs 1/10 of a pound. How much more does the chemistry textbook weigh than the geometry textbook? Hopefully you saw that this was how much more? Subtraction. 3/10 minus 1/10. And if you've been listening along, this word problem isn't any harder than anything else we've done. Denominator stays the same. It's still a tenth. And then 3 minus 1 will give you 2. Though this answer could be more beautiful. It could. Try to look at what the top and the bottom of our answer could be divided by to reduce or simplify to a more simple fraction. Hopefully you see this 2 and you go, oh, maybe I should divide by 2. Yeah, you should. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. There's a more simple, better answer. Here's your pop guide if you want to get a preview of it. We've got a couple word problems on top. We'll scroll down. We have adding a mixed number. Remember, that's not so hard. Just deal with the whole numbers first and the fraction part of it second. Then we have subtracting a mixed number. But remember, that's not so hard. It's the same thing as subtracting fractions normally. You just deal with the whole number first. That's all. And if you can have a more beautiful answer in the end by simplifying or reducing, try. Alright, that's it for this one. Tune in next time. It's going to get a little bit harder.